Leute bei uns durch, andere Leute uns zuhören über den Stream. Ich hoffe, vom Ton geht's, dass man uns auch am Stream hört. Wir sind sehr glücklich, dass wir das Testevent fürs neue Duo machen dürfen. Die Birgitte Dalsgaard aus Dänemark, die da maßgeblich an der Entwicklung beteiligt ist, wird gleich das Meeting leiten und die wichtigsten Eckpunkte erzählen. Es freut mich auch, dass der Joe Tumpfert bei uns jetzt hier in der Konferenz dabei ist und sich das Ganze auch gibt. Ja, und ohne da jetzt noch viel Lärm drum zu machen, übergebe ich gleich das Wort an die Birgitte. Ja, the stage is yours.
So, danke. Und wie sieht es aus? Perfekt. Gut, willkommen zur Präsentation dieser neuen Duo-System. So, du kannst mal drücken. Danke. Ich werde ein bisschen über die Timeline erklären und was Neues ist. Ich denke, machen wir eigentlich das hier in Deutsch oder auf Englisch?
Ich glaube, es sind nur deutschsprechende Leute. Ich habe in Meetings niemand international an, oder?
Patrick, kannst du trotzdem in Englisch vielleicht?
Wir können Livestream. Ja, nein, wir streamen es live, also ist Englisch vielleicht besser, außer jemand hat hier Probleme mit Englisch. Passt. English it is.
Okay, let's switch to English then. The agenda. First, I'll explain a bit about the timeline for the new dual system, what's new in the system, and the scoring, which is different. A little bit about etiquette, scoreboard, and after that, the ones participating here can try something out in real life or practicing. Maria, bitte? Oh, super. If you have questions during this, please ask. Will Joe be handling the, or someone be handling, checking out if there are questions in the chat? Yeah. We have a chat master, perfect. Let's move on. Okay, so this is the timeline. From January, we had these test rules. Like it is test rules. It's not the real accepted rules yet. So this means we're testing them out, finding things that needs to be improved a bit. So we started out in Greece. Actually, the Greek national championships were with new rules, or the duo. We got some experience there. We also had the test event in Belgium. Also got some experience there. Now in Vienna. And the next test events will be decided. It will happen maybe in Slovenia. We don't know yet about Cambodia, Thailand, and so on. It is a test period until right now until the end of May. Then we hope to know something more. Yes. Okay, so what's new in the new duo system? One of the things is that we make the draw in advance. This draw was made before the event in Belgium. So this is the draw we're going to be using for adults, U21 and U18. So the couples know in advance what they're going to show. As it is now, we have these. If you switch to the next, please. Then we have for U16, U14, because there's no Series D. So we take the two first, drawn from the A, one from B, and then we have one from A, two from B, and so on. So it's the same draw. It's just put like this, so it sort of matches up without the Series D or B. So see. Next one, please. U12. U12, we have one from A and one from B. So these are the ones in each round. Yeah. So in these test rules, we have like for until U12, we use the draw. And then we have a suggestion, which is we're going to use here in Vienna with two attacks from Series A for U10, U8, and U6. And it's free of choice for the kids there. Okay, so still what's new? When we have a lot of dual couples and we come to a competition, then we know the draw, but at the competition, the couples will be divided into 4 parts. So 4 groups that are gonna compete. If we don't have enough couples in each category to do this, then we make it a little bit different, but we're gonna look at that later on. But this is the general idea, to split into groups that are gonna compete, 1 group at a time. It is possible in this with this idea to have seeding as well, so we don't have all the highest seeded couples in 1 group. But here in Vienna, it's a little bit different. But if we have a huge event with a lot of couples, this is how it's done. Okay. The whole structure, how the fights are being performed, we call the flow chart. The general idea, again, if we have a lot of couples, we have, I don't know if you can see that, but we have the 4 groups here. They start in 1 division, they move on, all the best continue until the finals or the medal fights, and the rest go to the next division. Again, this system requires that you have a lot of couples. So, but that's a general idea, that you move on here, and the rest will have a chance in the next division. But let's move on to the one we're going to use here. When we have like 2 to 8 couples, like some of the groups here in Vienna, we start from the 3rd round. Then we have all the couples moving to the 4th round, and then the best moving to finals and bronze finals. It's a little bit different here. I don't know if you, Patrick, want to explain something about that. But
yeah. So I will chime in because we collaboratively thought how this system could work, should work. Because the idea is this is a tournament for young people, for beginner, and for those people, it's especially important to have as many fights as possible. So the idea is, if we use the traditional system where you drop down, you drop out, you don't get a lot of fights. So what we decided to do instead is we have 1 pool. That pool moves on, but you accumulate the points. So if you score 60 points in round 1 and 60 points in round 2, you have 120 points. So the first round has a meaning. So it's not meaningless to fight this because everyone moves on. But if you make mistakes in the first round, you can make them up in round 2 to perform a lot better. The couples with the best 2 scores go to the finals, and the couple with the second best 2 scores go to the bronze finals. The smooth comp system we are using does not display tiebreakers. So if there are tiebreakers along this line, so 2 or more couples are tied for the finals, there is a tiebreaker system. It's the same as in the rules. An additional performance, depending on the additional performance of round 4, will be played, and the better couples are seated above the line, and the couple that perform worse are seated below the line. So in this case, they move on with equal points. The smooth comp system will not display that for coaches, but we will handle this internally. Also, it shows that all 4 couples will be in the finals, but only the best 2 couples will actually compete for the gold medal, and the second best 2 couples will compete for the bronze medal. Because of sports political things, we can only give 1 bronze medal. So this is also a small change to some international competitions. We can only give out 1 bronze medal for this competition. So we actually have 5th round for the bronze match as well. Sir,
Es gibt eine Frage im Chat. Also im
yes.
Yeah, hello everybody. So for tomorrow, it means not best of 3, it means best of 2. Is it correct?
No, it means if you're only 2 couples, you have 3 rounds, and the best score of the 3-round wins. So if you have one couple score 60, 60, 60, they will have 180 points. If the next one scores 62, 62, 62, they will have six more points. So they will have 186. So the second couple will be first place. The couple that perform fourth will be second place.
Patrick, sorry.
Yeah.
In the rules, 1 to 6 couples in the rules is best of 3. So if I understand right, everybody do the first round, then everybody do the second round, and then you split up. Normally in the rules, you have to do 1 round more because it's best of 3. But I agree, tomorrow we do 2 rounds.
Yes.
We collect the points, and the best of them go to the final fights.
Exactly.
So it's the best. It's the best of 2 go in the finals.
It's weird because a best of 3 doesn't really work if you're not competing against each other. That you cannot translate. Du kannst das nicht ins Deutsche übersetzen. Also es gibt bei reiner Präsentation kein Best of irgendwas.
Look, in Greece, they did series, the first round, the second round, and the third round, and collect all points. And the difference is, in Vienna, we make this. The next question is we start with the third round, the fourth round, and then we split it up in the final fights and bronze fights.
Exactly, because the rules say the finals are always 5th round, and you are like, okay, if the finals are 5th round, the round before that must be 4th round, and the round before that must be 3rd round.
I understand. Was just a question how we do it tomorrow, and it's first time that we really do it like the rules at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do it in Greece, and they did not do it in Belgium.
But we do it here.
Yeah.
Super, perfect.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out the best system for everyone, so that the organizers can get some things on the way, and the athletes have their fights, and we try to get something on the way, and try to find a way to get it right for most people. So yeah, we add up points, the best go to the finals. If it's only 2, they go all the way to the finals. So they are 2 people here, 2 people here, 2 people here, no problem. Everything that's more will be split up along the way. We don't have any category that's bigger than 8 participants. So that's there's no problem with that. Are there any more questions about how this works? Then I will give back to Brigitte.
Yes. So just to make sure that there are no misunderstandings, we start with this group where we have 2 to 8 couples. We start in the 3rd round with the 3rd round draw. Okay, so we start with the 3rd round draw in this one. Super. There's also a Hickey-Wacky draw in case of similar scores. Normally, the system is that if couples in a group have the same score, they all move on. But since we don't have that many couples, we use the Hickey-Wacky draw afterwards. After this group is finished, we make the Hickey-Wacky fights.
Which rounds do we start with for the Hickey-Wacky rounds? Like which one do we pick?
The
5th.
The round that is we have.
Same.
So if there is a tie in the 4th round, you pick the 4th round Hickey-Wacky. If there's a tie in the finals, you pick the 5th round. First round ties don't matter because we add up the points anyway.
So, and these are just the Hikibaki draw for adults U21 and U16, U14, and the U12. Yes, let's move on, please. Okay, so now we go a little deeper into the details about the actual course of the match. It's a little bit different than what we have now with two couples, because only one couple at the time is on the mat showing the round, the three attacks. They throw, yes, they throw, or they show each attack in the order A, B, and C. And tomorrow the referee will have the cards and will say A4. So there's no doubt about which attack it is. So mat referee tells the series. The couple already knows which one, but just in case we're in the starting period, it's test events. So we want to make absolutely sure that everybody knows A4 or which one it is.
Except the under 8 and under.
Yeah, the small ones, they have their own series. So there is just Hachme.
Robert has a question. I will ask him to unmute.
Yeah, hello again. It was the same what Mario was asking. We train it with the under 10 because they're free. We say 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so we say 1 and 2.
Yes, 1 and 2. Like we trained. I don't know. I don't know yet if we have guests from other nations. Yeah. So, but
Hungary, Slovenia, and Italy. No Italians. German.
But still saying 1 and 2 should be pretty
yeah, but the kids
understandable
one.
for everybody. So yeah,
Okay.
we do that tomorrow. 1 and 2.
Yeah. Thanks.
After each attack, the jury will score. I'll go into that later on, but so not after all three, but after each attack, the jury will score. And next one, please. While the jury is scoring, the couple stays there. They can talk in a low voice, but no communicating with the coach and so on. It's not blah, 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 blah. But they can say, hey, next one is this, blah, blah, blah. So they just can communicate with each other in the low voice. And the coach can talk to the couple, but of course the couple cannot answer. That's the same. The mat referee will check as soon as the jury has finished to score. So they're scoring, blah, 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 looking up, and then we're ready for the next one. B3 or whatever. The mat referee, as always, will check for a wrong attack and signal after if it was a wrong attack. Yes. Next one, please. I have an example to show the match. We just check out if the technique is working. Okay, so just do that. Yeah, here we go. We'll just press this one in a second. Not on the screen. It's not touch screen. Okay, this is from the first test event at the Greek National Championships. We made this video to show what it's like. You see the jury sitting over here behind the table. There's no need to sit in front of the mat because we don't have the scores anymore. So they sit behind the table with a padlet. The mat referee is there, and the couple, one on each side. So please, just leave it. Come. at this event, the mat referee didn't say the number. They just said hachime, but still they took them in here, gave the hachime, watched when the jury was scoring. As soon as they were finished, there was another hachime. So what we as referees will have to work on is to minimize the time we use for the scoring, because otherwise they're just going to stand there. Come on. So, but that comes with practice. So right now we're in a test phase, so it's new to everybody. So it will take a little time, but we still need to work on making it as efficient as possible. So, yes. Let's go back to not writing now. This one.
Birgitte,
Yes.
it's just a question.
Mhm.
Now in the video, you say the mass referee announced, and then he do nothing. In Belgium, we had different. One tatami, the mass referee make each technique a hantai, like Benny, and then he announced the next technique, hantai, and the other tatami did not make any hantai. I know it's not decided yet how we will do it tomorrow. With a hantai or with not a hantai?
Without.
Without. Okay, thanks.
Yes, because it will only take more time.
Yeah, of course.
So we try to limit the time for the scoring, and not to making too many stops. We'll make it more better flow. So no hantai tomorrow.
Yeah. We can show for a moment what the score board will look like to the audience tomorrow. So
I think I have it on the slides as well.
You have the sport data. This one?
No, not that one.
So this is what you will see tomorrow when your match is up, and as soon as the judges have input the score, you will see it on the scoreboard. So this is how it will look like. So you see the total number from each judge and the final score for this round. So this is what what it will look like.
Patrick, we judge on paper or we have tablets like in Belgium?
We have tablets like in Belgium.
Oh, perfect.
One of the things we learned in Belgium is how important it is to be able to follow the score, how they are, and so on. So that's going to work out as you just see. Other questions? Okay, please. Next slide. So actually, even though there's something new in this dual system, it's still the good old system. You know, it's the same techniques, it's the same scoring criteria, but the wrapping is a bit different. Next one, please. What we do now in the scoring system is to go more into details, because in the old system, let's call it that, we looked at 3 techniques and gave 1 score. Sometimes it was not possible for the coaches to know exactly why did we get this score. This is what we are trying to address with this system, where we go more into details, and the referees will have to be very alert in the time where they're watching this. Like in the fighting part 1, you really have to be alert. Okay, this is. So we look at it in 3 parts. Not just 3 techniques in one, but each technique or each attack we look at in these 4 parts. So we look at the first part, the actual attack. Of course, it's the same criteria. Is it wrong attack? Is it missing target? Are the grips closed? And all this is the same, but we have to zoom down to see the details now. The next one, the defense. Is it actually efficient? Does it work? Do you get the person to the right position, or do you go into the throw, or how does this work with the next part, the actual throw? Is it jumping? Is it balance breaking? And is it fluently, or is it like in more staccato? And the last part, the closing. Is there an actual control? If it's a lock, is it actually a lock, or is it like just holding or whatever? So we look at the details now to go deeper into what the couple is actually showing. In each of these parts, we give a score. Next one, please. So we give a score from 1 to 3. So 0 to 3, actually. 0 is like if it's a wrong attack, it's not really working out. If it's a little bit better, it's still weak, technically maybe a little bit incorrect. Something's missing, it's not so logical. In the next part, throw. Does it have power, balance, control, and flow? Does it have all these criteria that we work on? And if it's just working out like this, then it's a 3-point score. So perfect action applied with power, balance, control, and flow. So again, same criteria, but we look much more into details to what the couple is actually doing. Next one, please. This is just to show an example of the progression in the score from 0 to 3. The example is in part 3, the throw or the takedown. Some of the criteria, as I mentioned before, of course, it's still jumping. Is it flow? Is it balance? And in the rules right now, in the test rules, there is an example of how we can look at this. Like if Uke's jumping falls without any effort, 0 points. If it's okay, but Uke is still jumping, it's just 1 point. But in the rules, there are some tables showing this, but it's a guideline. It's not like, okay, he's jumping, so it's not good. You're still considering all the criteria. This is just one suggestion, but there can be many combinations. Yes. But again, the better the throw takedown, the more points you get, considering the judging criteria. Next one, please. Yes. This is actually the same, just going into more details. Yeah, so you see a suggestion for when you really consider, because this is where it's going to be difficult for the referees to see what's the difference. When is it a 1-point score? When is it 2-point? And when is it actually a 3-point or maybe a 0? The borderlines here between these, that's where it's difficult. So that's why we made this more detailed to help out. Learning when is it which score. And again, we're gonna work with this. This is just one test event. We're gonna work more with this and get better and better. So one, the referees are gonna judge faster, and 2, it's gonna be more detailed. So next one, please. Yeah, it's actually like I said, the difference from a 2-point to a 3-point score, it can be difficult, but it comes with the practice. Again, if you look at the power, balance, control, and flow criteria. Next one, please. In the rules, again, in the test rules, we made it for each series because it's a little bit different what you have in Series A and Series B in the first part and the second part. The next is the same. I'm not going to go into details with this, it's just a guideline. And the same procedure. But after the final one, or in Series C, of course, we have the weapon control. So now you see there's a 5th part as well. Again, the criteria are the same. So for instance, 0, if there is no weapon control at all, you don't get any points for this part. If it's not so controlled, maybe Uke lands on the weapon, maybe the weapon ends up far away, and so on. Or if it's just completely under control, you have it, or it's behind you, then it's fine. You can get the full 3 score. Next one, please. And finally, after judging all 3 attacks, we have the variety score. This will be done afterwards because, of course, you have to know the variety. You can't know it until you've seen all 3. As it is right now in these test rules, for variety, you only look at the part 3, the throw or the takedown. Is that the same like this example? First, the couple makes a nice harajuku, then a katagoroma and a ujigarami. Nice, 2 points, full variety. But if they make the same throw in more techniques, in 2 different throws, but in the 3 techniques, then you only get 1 point. In this, you can only get 0, 1, or 2 points. If they have 3 different techniques, it's a 3 point. It's a 2 point. Okay. Next one, please. Yes. As I said before, we need to minimize the time we use for scoring, so we can optimize the time where the couple is actually showing. That's the interesting part. It's not interesting to see the referees scoring until you actually have the score. So what we do as referees is first we look at the performance, try to get into the habit of looking at the 4 parts. And again, we focus really hard on these 4 parts. As soon as the couple is finished and starts rising up and going back, you start scoring. There's no need to wait until they're standing like this or sitting or whatever. As soon as it's possible, as soon as they're really done, start scoring.
Robert has a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a question. It's just to be focused at the moment, just at the moment in the rules. The point variety is only by the throw or takedown, the difference. If he do throw and then tsuki to the head, next technique, tsuki to the head, next technique, tsuki to the head 3 times, the final technique is not variety. For the future, maybe it will be good if we also look about the final technique, but at the moment, it's only the throwing or the takedown part for variety, right?
Yes. Right now, it's only the takedown part, but we are aware of this, that there can be other aspects of variety. So you're right. Thank you. Okay. But again, to make sure we minimize the time we use for scoring, as soon as the couple is done, when they start get up, start scoring. And as soon as you're done scoring, look up so the referee knows, or the mat referee knows, okay, they're finished, we can move on. So they don't, are you finished? Not? Yeah. We save time by being disciplinary, both the mat referee and the jury. Next one. Yes. This one is just a signal that the mat referee will not, of course, not make a random selection like in your rules, but we'll pick the cards corresponding to the round we are in at the moment, and bring the cards and show the techniques or the number. This is a nice picture of Alexandre making a hajime, but as I said before, at this event, we will show the number and not just the hajime, except for the kids. And a nice picture of Patrick making a wrong attack. It's very important that the mat referee remembers wrong attack and to show it, because it makes much easier for the audience, the coaches to see, okay, it's been noticed by everybody that this is a wrong attack. But then again, a wrong attack will not take down 2 points as it is today, because it's only in the first part that the wrong attack is actually being considered. This one, it's the scoreboard we're going to use in the jury. It's the electronic scoreboard.
We have it here. So I would share the screen because we have it here on this PC as well. So tomorrow for Stefan, who is also here, we will select. We are referee 1, 2, or 3, and now I just pick a fight where it's actually more serious. We go to scoring, and then you have what you have seen from Birgitte. This is what the referee will see, and they can input the scores. I can only put zeros now because all your nice faces are in the way with the Zoom overlay. But after A1 is done, they send the score to the central PC of the scorekeeper. Then, as I said, it's nothing against Mr. Tiefenbacher and Mr. Hübler, but I can only select zeros because all your faces are in the way. Then we have the third technique. We send the scores again, and then we have the variety. Here I can select 2 points because here's more space. And then the table crew has all the scores. I will go back to live view. This is what it will look like tomorrow. We have it on the tablet, and you can select the scores here. Robert has something to say or a question?
Yes, for now it's a question for tomorrow. How will the couples know? Are they shown on the warm-up screen, warm-up monitor, in which who starts first, the next, in which order?
Yes. It will all be shown on the warm-up screen, and you can think ahead. If you finish first in round number 1, you will be last in round number 2. So always the one with the lowest score goes first in the next round, and the one with the highest score goes last.
But it's reflected in the list that's also
Yes.
online.
So the warm-up monitor will take this into account, will update live. So the first 6 or 8, the next 6 or 8 are shown.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you want to show how you can see the actual results? Like,
We showed that already with the.
yeah, we had
The table spans.
No, das smooth comp.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yes. Next one, please. Yeah, and this is the. I don't think we showed this one yet.
No. This won't be visible. We have the one from smooth comp that will also transfer all the scores into the system. So you have a live ranking. So after the first one is done, of course you're first because no one else has any points.
Yep.
But when the second couple is done, you will immediately see did they get more points or did they get less points, or how many less. Or
So you can follow the.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so this one we can move on because we're not going to use this one tomorrow. This is just to show that if an event is going to be made on paper instead of tablets, which we're going to have here, we also have one for that. But with this Padlet, it's nice. We don't need these scores. Yes. Questions? It's more questions.
We have to print it out for tomorrow in case.
Okay, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
In case an EMP strikes and they don't have any electricity, we can still have the
This is plan B,
papers.
plan B, just in case the electronic doesn't work. So it's always nice to be prepared. Thank you. Okay. Any questions from in here? No. Some of the things shown on the Zoom, but you can see it. Those of you that are here physically can just come and watch it afterwards, and we
I
can make
actually have a question maybe regarding the scoring.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you see two couples do, instead of a technique with a throw, they do like a punch to the ground or something, or a kick to the ground.
Mhm.
But it usually combines the takedown with the closing technique. How would we score that, or is it up to the discretion of the referee? Like, I guess it's a combined technique for part 3 and part 4 in this case.
Yeah.
Really.
But then you have to consider that as the referee. But if it's really well combined, then it's a high score in both.
Okay.
Because of you have to score in both.
Okay, you're not missing anything. They're doing both in one move.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's still an efficient technique.
Yeah.
So. Other questions? Let's try it. Good. Yes. Thank you so much, both for you that joined on the webcam, on the live stream, and for all of you here. And you have special opportunity to try it now, but on Zoom that's going to be a little bit different. So,
Yeah. So
yeah, you want to finish up? Thank
yeah,
you.
I can close this out. Thank you once again for everyone that showed up here or on Zoom. I hope I see all of you tomorrow, or I count on it. Since the participants are all experienced with the new rules in fighting or don't have anything to do with fighting, we will close the Zoom meeting now. And if people present have questions about what has changed in fighting from 22 to 23, we will go over this after we finished up with all the duo questions and all the trying out of the electronic things and the scoreboards and everything. So thank you for everyone, and see you tomorrow.